Hi everyone, welcome to the Messy Bookshelf. I'm Jennifer and today I'm going to be doing my April book haul. So I did accumulate quite a few books this month, but many of them are graphic novels, which means I most likely have them already read. So I'm just going to jump right into it. The first few I purchased at Value Village, so I'm going to start with them. Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. I have read Crank, Glass, and I believe Fallout. I'm not 100% sure anymore, but I know I read Crank and Glass, and I absolutely love them. So I've been slowly collecting her books. I'm not really ready to go in and purchase them for the full price because they can be a little bit pricey. This one is originally $22.99, so that's pretty high up, but they are fairly giant books, but it's all in prose, which is the coolest thing about these stories, is it's in poems technically. So they're really enjoyable reads, and I look forward to this one. Great Sling by Kristen Cashore. Last month I purchased Bitter Blue in the hardcover copy, but I managed to find Great Sling at Value Village in softcover, so I wasn't very much going to pass it up. Maybe eventually I'll either purchase Bitter Blue in softcover or Great Sling in hardcover, but until I know for sure that I like this series, I don't really want to go out and spend a whole lot of money on it. Considering I don't know a whole lot about it, I just noted that it's a well-loved fantasy series. The last book that I purchased this month at Value Village is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling. I have heard some mixed feelings about this book. Some people absolutely love it, some people not so much, so I wasn't really willing to go out and purchase this book full price, considering I'm not really a fan. Not that I'm not a fan, I just haven't really seen her a whole lot. I've watched a few episodes of the Mindy Project, but I haven't really committed myself to it. Maybe that's what I'll watch once I finish watching Parks and Recreation. The next books are books that I purchased at full price from Chapters. Some of these were done online, most of these were bought in store. So the two books that I purchased online, the first one is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. These are the Throne of Glass novellas. I wanted to get this in the nice soft cover because I have all the other books in soft cover and they're very floppy and I just love the feel of it. So when I found out that it was finally out in paperback, I ordered it online as soon as possible. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I've been wanting to get my hand on this book since it came out, but we just never ever got it in store. So finally on the website it was like $10 off, so I scooped that up when I ordered The Assassin's Blade. This month I really got into graphic novels for the first time in forever. So these are all of the graphic novels that I purchased this month in physical copies. I will get back to that in a second. So the first book that I purchased was Rat Queens Volume 1, Sass and Sorcery. I heard about this from BookTube and oh my gosh, this book is fantastic. My favorite character is definitely Betty. She is some sort of dwarfen creature and she loves sex, she loves women, and she loves to drink. So it's definitely a fun ride with these girls. So I would suggest that you pick this up. The next graphic novel that I purchased is Sex Criminals Volume 1, One Weird Trick by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. I heard about this from Raylene over at Padfoot and Prongs and it intrigued me. She said that it wasn't great for a first volume, but where she was going to continue on with the series, I decided to give this a try. And when I got to the cash register, one of my fellow employees was raving about this when he saw that I was purchasing it. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one. The next one is a retelling and it is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, but it is an authorized adaptation by Tim Hamilton. So I had to read this back in high school and I absolutely loved it. If you don't know what it's about a dystopian future where books are evil, and they are Fahrenheit 451 just so happens to be the temperature that you can burn books at. So that's why it's called this. If you haven't read the novel yet, do get your hands on it. It is a fantastic read. It's kind of scary for us book lovers with all the book burning, but I'm really looking forward to reading this one because I love the novel so much. Now, the next 4 volumes should not come to a surprise to any of you when I talk about binge buying and binge reading graphic novels. That is because the next 4 volumes are from Saga. We have Saga Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. I purchased Volume 1 right at the beginning of the month when I purchased the Enchanted Story coloring book. And I read it that night. It was just before Easter, so I read Saga Volume 1 that night and I was hooked. I decided that the next day I didn't care, I was going and I was getting the rest of the volumes. So, and then I passed it on to my roommate, who is now also hooked. So I've been getting people hooked on this in my close-knit circle because everyone at work is obsessed with this series. So the next day I picked up the next 3 volumes, and yes, I also have these already read. I will talk about them more in my wrap-up, but I have these already read, and because I have them already read and there's no more out, I went onto the iBooks app on my iPad and I purchased the current comic versions, chapters, the current comic chapters that are already out for Saga and Rat Queens, and I haven't read all of them yet, but I'm slowly working through it. I would show you on my iPad, but right now it's not working, so I'm going to do a separate video and just talk about the perks of purchasing comic books on your iPad, because I actually really enjoy reading them on my iPad, I guess. So these are all the books that I purchased this month, as well as this, which is a coloring book. But yeah, it's a lot of books, a lot more than I told myself I would purchase, but I have a plan, and I will talk about that plan in my next video. See you next time, guys. Bye! Ugh.